Here we are at the Rome Marathon. This is the day before the race, on the way to the expo to pick up my race number. It's taken 5 months of training to get here, but we're here, we're ready to go, so let's go and explore the expo. So the expo was set up in a place called Circus Maximus, famous for chariot racing back in Roman times. They built some huge marquees here, where all of the different stalls are set up, so trainers, clothing, gels, all loads of sponsors there, all trying to sell loads of stuff, but also giving a few freebies out. So at this point I'd picked up the number, but we had to then walk through here to then go and pick up the bag with all the other stuff in. So we'll just have a wander through and see what we can see through here. So while we wander through here, let's have a reminder of what the plan was. So the plan was to do a marathon in under 3 hours 10 minutes. Previous personal best was 3 hours 19:30, but I'd been training to try and do it under 3 hours 10, and I had a Garmin Pace Pro plan set up on my watch, which was going to target 3:08 and basically tell me what pace I need to run every mile. I was pretty confident I'd be able to hit it, just wasn't slightly sure about the course with a few ups and downs and the cobbles, but all in all I was pretty happy with the target that I had. At this point here I've just picked up the bag with all of the gear in. You can see a video on the left with all the freebies that are in there, including some spaghetti. Just getting all sorted out, and then go over and there's like a little number you can put in for the baggage drop, so you can put that in the back of your backpack. Great seeing these bags all around Rome. You could spot people who were doing the marathon a mile off.
Got his little backpack on, going to school.
Again on here you can see all the stuff that you got. It was a great little bag. I'm sure it'll get some use in the future. Like I say, it was great seeing everyone walking about with those. Also there was a 5k race on at the same time on the Saturday, so it was great to see the finish line, which we'd be using in the marathon, in action. Then we headed over into Rome to do a bit of sightseeing, so I'll just let this run. But probably did a few too many steps. We did 18,000 steps on the Friday and about the same on the Saturday. I think it's really hard when you come to a place like Rome to do a marathon to not do lots of sightseeing. So I wouldn't worry about it if I was going to do it again. I'd do exactly the same thing. I think you've got to go out and see these places. That's the whole point of going there. Otherwise, why would you bother? So that's it. We've been this morning, picked up the bib at the expo, which was really good. So you'll have seen the footage of that. Picked that up with the family and then went and had a look around Rome. So one of the things I've been doubting myself on now is like preparation. So taper went fine. You should have seen a video on that one. But then in terms of what I've been doing these last 2 days, I guess it's impossible being in a city like this to not actually go and explore it. So yesterday, obviously including the journey, I did 18,000 steps. I haven't done any running. And then today I was going to try and keep the step count down, but it's about 4 o'clock now. We've just got back in, done another 14,000 steps. Still got to go out for something to eat tonight. Been eating okay, not eating any rubbish. Probably could do with eating a little bit more carbs today, but we're in the perfect place to do it. So plan tonight to go and get some pasta, and then stock up on a bit of bread and stuff for in the morning. And then tomorrow my wave starts at 8:10 in the morning, so I've got to be there probably about 7 a.m. The corral where we've got to meet and get ready in the race closed at 7:30, so I'm going to try and get there for 7 in the morning, and then get ready to set off at 8:10. I think it's going to be a bit cooler tomorrow, but I've just got a vest and shorts, so I'll take a long sleeve top and then just leave that at the start, ready to get going at 8:10 and then see how it goes. Apart from that, I'm feeling alright. A few phantom aches and pains, but I think that, as I mentioned in the taper video, that's part of it. To try and get some good sleep tonight, and then probably up at about 5:30 in the morning. So it's about half an hour from here to where the start is. So as long as we leave by 6:30, should be there in good time, ready to get going tomorrow. Okay, let's see how it goes. Got to point out, you might have seen the other video, but we do have the most awesome place to stay. So near Cipro, so we're on like the north side of the Vatican. So up there on top of the hill, that's St. Peter's Basilica. And that's basically the walls of the Vatican there on the side. So we're up on the 8th floor, so we've got quite a nice little garden where we can sit out. And it's a decent area. Some of the buildings look, I guess, traditional Italian tower blocks, but it's pretty decent. There's lots of restaurants and stuff. And it's really reasonably priced around here, so you don't have to go far. Everything's pretty cheap compared to in the city centre when you get near all the major tourist spots. Yeah, it was a great find from my wife on Airbnb. So yeah, more than happy with what it's given us and the position we're in. So like I say, it's 5 minutes down at the metro station, then it's about a 25-minute journey down to where the race starts tomorrow. So yeah, all sorted.
Il giusto, la temperatura ideale, quindi non abbiamo il sole che ci batte in testa, preservano le energie, quindi per ora bene così.
A bit mental now. 30 minutes to go till we start. Just managed to get down the front now in the Area A corral thing. Just sat on the side of the road, taking the weight off my feet, been stood up for about an hour waiting to get down here. But now we're here. I'm getting excited. You see the Colosseum in the background. It's an amazing place to do a marathon. It's taken 5 months to get here, but we're here. Can't believe it's here, so let's get ready, let's do it. This point here we're pretty much on track. You can see heart rate's probably about right, 166. On track for pace, just over 5k gone. Taking a little bit of footage of some of the key sites that you see, but yeah, so far so good at this point. Just over 7 miles gone. A lot of the courses like this run along rivers. The road's pretty good, really flat, so conditions really good at this point. This is where we take a turn across the bridge and then start to head up towards St. Peter's Square in the Basilica. So I won't talk over any of this, just enjoy watching this because this is one of the most picturesque places you could ever run. "16 miles in here, still going alright at this point. Again, more flat areas along near the river. Now we get to a point about 18 miles in. I started to record here because this is where it started to get difficult. So the heart rate never really fluctuated, but the legs were really getting heavy at this point. This was a pretty cool area underneath the bridge where they lit it up nicely. But again, the pace is starting to drop off. Heart rate staying about the same, but I just wasn't confident enough to push it here. Starting to find it really difficult. With about 3 miles to go, this is where I was finding it the most difficult. I knew that sub 310 was really going to be difficult from here, so the confidence was dropping and I was just trying to get to the end in one piece. So that was the plan, and then when we get close to the end I was trying to push it all the way to the finish line. Maybe pushed really hard on the last half a mile. Not far from the finish, let's see how we get on. Done. 3:15 at like 2 seconds. Oh, destroyed. Absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
Be proud, you are the 1%. the people in the world that run a marathon.
So according to my watch, that was 3 hours, 15 minutes and 3 seconds. So 5 minutes slower than what I was after, but honestly I'm proud of what I did there because that was really hard. Got to about mile 18. It started to kick in a bit. Pretty hard then, and then I knew the measurements on the watch. I was keep checking the times. I knew it was about a quarter of a mile out. I think it's Garmin logs as like 26.5 mile, but obviously the course must be measured right. It just must be the sat nav. It was the GPS was losing it now and again. So really, well, yeah, chuffed with what I got. Hopefully it's just under 3 hours 15, because that might even be like a Boston qualifying time, but I probably just missed it by 3 seconds, but never mind. Really enjoyed it. Brilliant place to do a marathon. Highly recommended. Cobbles are a bit tough on the ankles, but not as bad as people made out, but yeah, absolutely brilliant.